what is research. Research means a systematic study of any phenomena. Is it the phenomena, maybe the natural phenomena, the social phenomena? So the systematic study of any phenomena is called research. What we do in a research, a careful investigation, where we use some methods, some systematic methods to find out new fact. Are you getting my point?
Yes, we're getting it.
Okay, is it clear?
Yes.
So there are different views of the scientists, the theories. They define the research in a different way. Redman and Mori, they defined that research is a systematic efforts to gain a new knowledge. That means we do a systematic research, or we do a systematic efforts to find out the fact about the about anything, any phenomena. It can be natural phenomena, it can be social phenomena. So we do systematic efforts, we use systematic methods to find out the fact about the something, or to find out, or to gain new knowledge, or to discover new knowledge. And Clifford Woody, he described that defining and redefining the problem and hypothesis and objective. So where we can start a research, there always there is a if we start a research, there must be a philosophy related to the research, must be some prediction in our mind, must be we have something relate. If we are, for example, if we are searching about something, like if we want to know that what is the status of women in our society, or any society, that if we are in India, so we will think the impact of what are the situation of working women in India. So what the problems, first of all, some prediction must be there in our mind. Mostly we will think that they must be the problems of working women in India must high, because it's a dominating society in India, male dominating society. Women are they are pressurizing not to go for the work. Working women problems are related to their families. More lots of things comes in our mind. So what we do in the research, we just make a base for our research. That means that is called the hypothesis. That means that is a philosophy, that is a prediction. What we are thinking about our problem, that is called hypothesis. And we start from a subjective matter, subjectivity to objectivity. That means we start from a philosophy, and we try to find out the fact. What we are thinking about is status of women, or working women in India, or their family status, what or other things about the women. But we start with the prediction. That means this is called hypothesis, and we will aim it on the fact. That means we will try to find out by using different methods to find out the fact, or new knowledge, or the same knowledge, what we are thinking, that is significant or not. So collecting or organizing and evaluating the data. So what method we will use? Firstly, we will go to our problem. Then we will try to find out the things related to that problem. That means we will start searching about that. We will start observation. We will start previous studies related to our problem. Then we will try to organize the things in a proper manner, and we will try to find out the how can we can organize, how can we choose our population. So here, if I'm talking about women, then the definitely the population would be the women. And we will organize and try to get the data. How we can get the data? We will use some method. We will discuss in the different chapter, different class, that how we can collect the data. We will collect the data by using different methods. We can do interview with the women. We can make some questionnaire, some structured questionnaire, some unstructured questionnaire. We will try to find out to interview them. We can do the focus group discussion with them. So making deduction and reaching the conclusion. Then we will try to find out, firstly we will try to collect the data, then try to evaluate the data, and then we can come to the conclusion. So testing the conclusion to determine whether the fit formulating hypothesis, what was the hypothesis, then what was we were thinking earlier, what was our prediction about the problem. Then now after the results, after evaluating the data, we will find out the correlation between our thinking, that means the subjectivity, and now the fact, that means the objectivity. So research, that means so why do we research? Why we do we research? The questions comes always in mind. We cannot, we are logic, we are in a positivism world, we are in scientific world. We cannot faith blindly on anything. If someone is telling that the that this tree is speaking, it's talking, then what we do? We will try to find out the reality. Is it any reality that tree can talk? So what we do? We will go there. We will observe the tree. We will try to find out what is the reality, what is the fact behind the people are telling that the tree is talking. How it is possible the trees can talk? We will try to find. We cannot blindly faith. We cannot faith on the things the people are telling that the tree can talk. So desire to get a research degree, desire to get mm, things related to the along with its consequential benefits. Why do we research? To get the research degree along with its consequential benefits. To desire face the challenges in the solving the unsolved problem related to our society, related to our natural phenomena. So desire to get the intellectual joy of doing some creative work. Are you getting my point? Is there any problem to understand my language? Is it
No,
clear?
it's
No,
No.
it's
no,
it's
no.
clear.
It's clear.
It's fine.
It's clear. Okay, good.
Yes.
So, desire to be service to the society. Why do we research? We want to do research to find out the facts. We want to do research to get the real information to fact. That is the different from the subjectivity to objectivity. Objectivity always is different. So desire to be of service to society, desire to get the respectability. So directives of government, employment condition, extra. So we want to do the research. If we are talking about India, here we are thinking that its population is very high and there is a problem of unemployment, problem of poverty is here. So what we will try to do by the research, we will try to get the reason of poverty in India. What we do, we will try to get the reason why there is a poverty in India. So the first questions comes in our mind, maybe the population is very high, the population density is very high in India. That's why the people of India, they are facing poverty, they are facing the problem of unemployment, or the some government policies are not very good, not very appropriate for the people of population of India. That's why the people are facing some kind of poverty problem, or some kind of unemployment problem related to the um, in society. So the things what this is our prediction. We will start with the prediction. This is called in research term hypothesis, because we have some philosophy. Without philosophy base, we cannot start our research. So what why do we research? We start research to desire to get some information, desire to get some new knowledge, desire to get some fact about the things what we are trying what we want to uh, uh, get. So that's why we do the research. Now, why do research? So validate the intuitions. Always intuitions cannot be correct. Some intuitions, I have already said that some intuitions come in our mind related to the things what we are thinking about, the poverty, if we are thinking about the unemployment problem, if we are thinking about the population or the working condition or the condition of women in the society. So always some intuitions, that is called in research term the hypothesis, comes in our mind to validate that intuition, to validate that prediction, to find out the reality of the hypothesis, to correlation of the hypothesis. We start our research. So what we do, improve the methods in the research. New theory may be discovered. So demands of the job, we do research for the demands of the job. For publication, patent, we do research. We can do the research, we do research, market research, to know the situation of market, what products are required in that society, what products they are selling, and the products is working properly or the not, or the things are being maybe changed after the research. So people are trying to try to find out the reality and the things, what is going on is correct, or what we are in we have intuition about that things, that is significant or not. So we always try to find out the systematic study of that phenomena, and try with the help of our research, we try to find out the fact. That's why we do the research. Now, first, what we do in a research, first we start with the subject. That means firstly we need to choose the subject based on an idea. Definitely we should have some idea about that. Without any idea, without any base, we cannot start the research. If we don't know about the problem, if we don't know about our society, we don't know the things whatever going on around us, how can we start a research? If we are concerned about something, if we want to know about something, that's why we will go for a research. So based on an idea, so choose a subject must be based on your idea. We will see in our society what is problem going on. As a, if we see as a sociologist, then we will go and see the things around us, that what is going on in our society, what was the impact of war in our society. If we're looking some war problems, like recently we have seen the Gaza and Israel problems, and what we will try to find out the impact of war after ceasefire on the people of Gaza, or on the people of Israel. So based on on your experience, so must be we have some knowledge about the things. We must have some knowledge, some prediction, some intuitions, some philosophy related to the phenomena if you are going to find out the fact. So based on your reading means we are trying to study. We are in research term, this is called review of literature. That means we are studying the previous study, we are studying the previous research, we are previous work related to the problem we are going to find out. So originality must be there. We cannot we are always thinking of plagiarism or the things, or the originality is not there, everything is on bias or fake, or the things are available on the internet. We cannot uh, trust on anything. We cannot faith on anything. Everything is present on internet. We have to find out that the thing we are searching on internet, is it okay or not, we can faith or not, it is valid, reliable or not. So research is already depend on reliability, and validity must be there. So now after the originality, the important features and design must be I have already said earlier that the systematic study of any phenomena, any social phenomena, that is social research. Any natural phenomena, like we do in physics, chemistry, maths, bio, that is natural research, natural science research. And social science research, we do things or phenomena related to society. whatever going on in our society, that is related to social science research. If you are going to find out some natural sciences like physics, chemistry, that is all is a natural science research. So there must be a plan in both the social science or the natural sciences. There must be a plan, there must be a systematic study of any phenomena. So there must be a plan for that to specify the sources, types relevant to the research problem must be there. A strategy must be there. Without any plan, without any strategy, we cannot start our research. So which approach will be used for the gathering and analyzing the data? What method we are going to use to find out the results? What method we are going to use to gather our data collection? So the time and budget must be there. Time management must be there, budget must be there. Research cannot be too much costly, we can afford or not. So most studies are done under these two constraints. So plan must be there, strategy must be there, so time management and budget must be there to start any research. Any problem you can ask, or any doubt if you have, you can ask me anytime.
Thank you. You have simplified everything. It's straightforward. We're able to follow you.
Very good, very nice, thank you so much. So, what are the characteristics of research? Firstly, I have already said that it must be systematic. That means all the steps related one to another. So, always research must be systematic. What is the mean of systematic? That means we use the methods one by one. Firstly, we will start with the problem, because we need some problem to start a research. Some questions must be in our mind. That research must be start some problem, and we have some question, we want to know the answer of that question. That's why we want to start our research. Then next point, we will start the observation. We will start the observation related to our problem. Next, we will start reading about the problem. We our previous studies related to our problem, already done researches in our field or our related to our problem. We will try to find out the theory, the study related to our problem, and after that we will try to formulate on the basis of that research, on the basis of that review of literature, we will find out our major research gaps. In research term, this is called major research gap. That means in that what is the gap? That means that where the research that previously done in that topic, and where is the gap, that point, that gap is not filled by the earlier researcher, and that gap will our point to find out related things to the problem. So we will try to get the to fill the gap with our work. Now we will start with the strategy, we will start with the hypothesis. That means something, some intuition, some prediction in our mind. We want to check, we want to test the prediction. We will start with some method, we will make the strategy for our research, and we will try to use the different methods. There must be a different methods. The methods can be, we will discuss later in the class. So today it's an introductory class. So we can use the qualitative method, we can use the quantitative methods, we can use the mixed method in our research to find out the fact. So definitely our research must be logical. There is a logic related to research, reasoning must be there, empirical must be there. Research cannot be on the basis of intuitions. There is a difference in research. That means research cannot be accepted as subjectivity. Research must be objectivity, there must be objectivity in the research. fact must be there, logic must be there, reasoning must be there. So research must be empirical. That means the conclusion should be based on evidence. We cannot blindly faith on anything or anything produced by the others, that the we have earlier discussed that the tree is talking and we will faith that the tree can talk without any evidence, without any data collection, without any related evidence that tree can talk or not. We cannot believe on that. So empirical research, that means we are going to take the data collection, we are going to evaluate the data, and after the correlation, or after testing our hypothesis, our intuitions, we will come to the end or conclusion on the basis of some evidences, on the basis of observation, we can come to the conclusion. So research must be logical, research must be empirical. Okay. So now objectivity must be there. I have already said that objectivity is a necessary in a research. Without objectivity, we cannot believe on anything. Research will not be reliable. So objectivities must answer the research question. Replicable must be there. That means we can, if we are reproducing our research next time, or some other researchers comes and reproduce the things, or our research, the results must be same. Results must be rechecked, reproducible, transmittable. Results must be. So quality control should be there. Accurate measurement should be there. We cannot be biased. We cannot make the things by our own. We cannot put our own thoughts in the research. Research is always depend on the facts. As we know, in science, in natural science or in social science, both, we give the fact. We cannot recommend anything like it must be in this, or it must be that. We always give the fact, that what is reality. We always try to get the fact in research. What is reality? We try to give the society that what is reality and what exactly the thing is. We cannot recommend that what should be or what ought to be. We just give the reality, that the fact is, after the evaluation of different data we have collected earlier, on the basis of the our research with the systematic methods, we come to the conclusion that this is fact. That's it. That this is research. So all well designed and conducted research has potential application. So there must be quality control or accurate measurement must be there in the result. So define your objectivity. Try to keep this simple. We should keep our objectivity, our objectives, our aim. Always we define, try to keep our objective. That means why we want to do this research. Why we want to do this research. We should keep it simple. So the more variable and more difficult, use the opportunity, get help at this stage. So senior colleagues must be supervise you. Always we see that some supervisors, some guides are there on us, as we are a PhD scholar, and some guides are there to supervise us. Some senior colleagues must be there to supervise you. Experienced researchers must be there. You can ask them how we can mm, design or plan our study. So there must be a support from the seniors. So define the literature search. What is literature? I'm talking about the review of literature and literature. So check to see if your idea or the things, earlier some researcher they have done their study, the previous study related to your problem. So get the articles. Get the articles. There are lots of articles related to the different problem available on the internet. Now the things are very easy. We have done our research to go to the library and collect the things from to by reading the books in physical mode. But now all the books digitally available on internet, and we can access very easily the books. We can access easily. all the books in the library and many digital libraries. They are free of cost. You can access on internet. We can take different articles, different journals related to our problem. We can study, we will summarize that, and we will try to find out what the earlier research is telling about the problem we are going to research, and what is the gap in that. So read articles and their references. Most of these will be vital when writing up reports, and find gaps areas. Gaps, that means if we are reading something, we are trying to find out the previous research related to our topic. Then what we will do, we will carefully, thoroughly study the previous article and try to find out where the researcher has left something that is not still studied. He did not study the things. What is the gap? What is left? The left thing, what is left, where our research will start. We will start our research from that gap. What is left by the earlier researcher? We will start our research from there. So find the gap areas, and on the basis of that gap, we will formulate our hypothesis and try to, and after getting the data collection and the different, using different methods, we will test our hypothesis. So on the basis of that review of literature, we will formulate our hypothesis. So find absolute measurement and results, define objective of the study. So objective of the study and the question of the study must be clear and in simple form. Is it clear?
Yeah, it's clear.
Okay, thank you. So So check to see if your idea or uh, sorry. So some, just a minute. Mhm. Steps involved in a research. What are the steps that is involved in the research? So data analysis and error. Uh, just a minute. Step involved in research, that means choose a subject. I have already said. Firstly, you must be choose your problem, your subject, where you want to start your research. Literature survey, start reading related literature to your subject, your problem. Now after reading the literature, after studying the literature, after reviewing the literature, defining the formulation of specific objectives, you can formulate your objective, prepare your synopsis on the basis of that objective. That means synopsis is a major idea what you want to do in your research, why you are choosing this subject, why you want to do research on that problem, a particular problem you are choosing. So procuring the suitable apparatus, materials or design for experimental setup, you must have some plan, you must have some research design. So preliminary experiment, you must study the some previous experiment with that. So preliminary experiment must be there. That means if we are designing or planning something, firstly we need to use that previous preliminary experiment must be there. Firstly we will test it. It is called in research pilot study. And then execution of the project, accurate measurement or data collection must be there, so we can find out the fact. If we do a proper data collection, we will manage our data properly. There are different software related to the data management. SPSS, we are you have learned about the SPSS, and Vivo is there for qualitative study, R is there for measurement of the data, for evaluating the data. So we will use different statistical tool to find out the accurate result. So there are some steps involved in a research: data analysis and air compounding, Hypothesis testing must be there. We use a statistical tool like SPSS, like SPSS to test hypothesis. We will learn later about the chi-square test and different statistical tool, different uh, software to hypothesis testing for the verification of the data. Now, after the verification, after hypothesis testing, now it's come to the results and discussion. We will start our results. We will try to find write down the findings. So generalization of our research, there must be interpretation and drawing the conclusion. So we will start writing our report, preparation of the project report, and writing the thesis. So after doing things, we will finalize the thesis and start writing the report. Now we can see in the process of research. So now number one, start with the, just a minute. Is it visible clearly?
Of course, there are small fonts, but I think you can explain. We'll be able to follow through when you explain.
Now is it visible? Slide is visible?
Yes, you can go ahead.
Okay, thank you. So now the question, the process of research, number one, that means the problem. The questions comes in our mind. We will start with the problem. We will start the problem, producers, consumer related problem, policy making related problem, scientific problem must be there, some social problem must be there. So it's a first start with the problem. Now formulate the goals or objective. That means the research questions, research objective, aims of the research question, why we are going to do this research, what is the aim, what is the objective to do this research, why did you we choose with this topic for our research. So formulate the goals and objective of the research. Number 3 points, we will plan and design the research. We will plan and design the research. We will start planning and research design. So research design, that means why we what plan we will use to start this research, what method we will use to find out the data and uh, to formulate this research. So now third point would be plan and design for the research. The fourth point would be generate the research result. How we will generate the result? We will try to collect the data with our plan, with our design we have already planned, and we will try to get the data. After that we will evaluate that data on different statistical tool. We will test our hypothesis, and now we come to the result number 5. That means the interpret of the results and draw a conclusion for our research. So these are the process of research. In every research, is it it is maybe it is scientific research or social science research, natural science research or social science research, we use the same method, the same systematic method we use in the research to find out the fact. So research article writing. Now what is research article, how we do the research article writing? Find suitable specified journal. We need some research article writing. Sorry. So some specified journals, find out the some specified journal. Here we are, some index journal are there, some Google Scholar index journal is there, some Scopus we are talking about, some Web of Science we are talking. The most suitable or specified journal related to your subject must be there. Get copy of the instructions to the author. There must be a guidelines, there must be a guidelines or instruction, introduction, the instructions there for the authors. So prepare article as per the instructions and select suitable title for your paper, for your article, authors and affiliation. Abstract, start with the abstract. Abstract is the overall summary, overall idea about your article. So highlights That means keywords must be there. You should highlight the keywords in your article. Now the novelty statements related to your topic. Background of the study must be there. Start with the introduction. In introduction part, you will discuss the background of your problem, background of your research related to the topic, your materials, what method you use to find out the results and discussions. Your, if you do any empirical study or you have collected any primary data related to your results, you will discuss in that point. So now you come to the conclusion on the basis of your results and discussion and acknowledgement. There is no any interest, conflict interest, or references must be there. What in what form, APA style or some footnoting must be there. In IEEE, in Vancouver style, in Chicago style. So there are many style of in references as they are demanding the publication demand. On the basis of publication demand, you can mention the references. So now you can structure a research article or a structured article you can make to publish in a reputed index journal. Clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay. So all authors directly should be directly involved in that entire study. We cannot give name any other study. We cannot give our name to any other study. We should be involved, directly involved in the entire study. Article is free from plagiarism. What is plagiarism? We cannot copy the idea of others. We can take idea from others, we can take the things previously done by others, but we have to honestly mention the idea that this idea is taken from others. That's why we mention the references related to that idea or that study whatever previously done. So article must be free from the plagiarism, should follow the ethics. There are some ethics related to research. We should follow that ethics code of conduct. We should follow that ethics and that rules and regulation to do our research. So what is a research report? How we can write a research report? Research report generally include the introduction and statement of our problem. In research report, we start with the introduction. That means we will mention the statement of our problem, the background of our study, that why did we start this study and what is the background of this study, what is the problem state is, what is the statement of that problem. So now we come to the next point, review of the relevant literature. I have already discussed that there must be some review of literature review. That means the previous study done in this area, we are going to study that and we will try to find out the research gap from that literature review. On the basis of that, we will formulate our objectives. So a statement of hypothesis and or research objectives or research question must be there. There must be some theoretical resume should be there. We can take the some already done our previous theoretical part done by the other thinkers, researchers, or the scientists in this area. So theoretical resume must be there. Description of research design, that means the plan is must, research design is must. So we will describe in report writing the description of design, what method we have used to find out this research, to do this research. So we will describe the research design. So description experimental design, that means what we method we use to find out the to get the data, to collect the data. So experimental design must be there. Description of measurement and data analysis, how did we what method we use to evaluate our data, what software we use to find out the accuracy of data, what method, what software we use, what is statistical tool we use to test our hypothesis, to we have to describe in our report. So error compounding, we should describe the what are the error and what are the error compounding is there, we should describe. presentation of research results must be accurately. We should, whatever we have find, what are the facts, we cannot add anything from ourselves. We have to mention the presentation, we must be mention the presentation of the results. Discussion part should be there after the discussion, after the findings discussion, what we have got, or what we did, and what after the evaluation, what was the after the data collection, what was the result, we will discuss about that, and now come to the conclusion. And there must be a limitation. If we do any things, there must be a limitation is there, some difficulties are there, some problems we have faced in that period of time we did our research. So definitely limitations are there, so we should discuss in our research report the limitations of our research in that period of time, what kind of difficulties we have to face. We have to mention in that report the limitation. This is called limitation. What are the implication in the research? We have to mention the implications of research. Now suggestions for future work, we can give some suggestion, some idea for future research to the early coming researchers like us. If we are doing we start to do the start our research from the research gap of the others, the people researchers they have already done, but we some gaps were there, and we start our research from there. Now what we will do, we give some future idea for the coming researchers, like we can do or more researches related to that idea. So acknowledgement must be there, references cited, references in different form it can be there. There are many citations form are there, many references ideas, or many references style are there. So appendices must be there in report writing. Now we can say that our research report is complete. So there are some types of research. Application, pure and applied research. That means there are some types of research, some pure research and some applied research. That means some directly we do research, pure research, we do pure research in natural sciences like physics, chemistry, we do pure research. We do lab testing. And what we do in like in social sciences, we do applied research, we apply the research. So applied, that means finding or solutions for immediate problems facing a society or industry. A pure, that means we are concerned with the generalization and formulation of a theory. That means we are giving a new idea, new discovery related to that problem. That is pure. So inquiry mode must be qualitative. We have this already said that it must be quantitative. That means quantitative, as it's showing the name quantitative. That means the it's related to quantity, it's related to quantity. That means we can measure it, measurement of quantity or amount. That is called quantitative. And qualitative, that means it's concerned with the qualitative phenomena, reasons of human behavior. That means we do a in-depth study of human behavior, in-depth study of any phenomena. This is called qualitative. We will discuss later about quantitative. It's a big lesson. It's an introductory class of research. That later we will discuss about the quantitative and qualitative research. Now research studies based on the research objective. It can be explanatory and it or formulative research. That means the research type, it's based on the objective. Exploratory research, and we are exploring something or formulating the research. That means to gain the familiarity with the phenomena or to achieve new insight. That means we are exploring the new things. That is exploratory, yani we are exploring the new things, we are exploring the formulation. That is called exploratory. What is descriptive? Descriptive, that means to study accurately the characteristics of particular individual or the particular situation or group, includes survey. So that is called descriptive, yani that means as it is we are describing the things or exploring the things. That means we are discovering the new things. This is called exploratory research. And formulative research or exploratory research and descriptive research, that means to study accurately the characteristics of a particular individual or situation or problem or group we are describing. That is called descriptive research. Now it's a diagnostic research to and like the name is there, diagnostic, that means to determine the frequency. Diagnostic, diagnose, with which something occurs or with which it is associated something else. So to find out the diagnostic, to find out the diagnosis, we determine the frequency. Now hypothesis testing result, as I said earlier, we start our research with the subjectivity and come to the objectivity with the evaluation or with the testing of hypothesis. To test a hypothesis of a causal relationship, correlationship between, or the relationship between the different variables, we come to the results. There are different variables, some are dependent, some are independent variable, we will discuss in the hypothesis chapter. So some variables they are dependent, some variables they are independent. What we do in a hypothesis testing, we correlate both the dependent and independent variables and come to the results. So I hope science is not belief but the will to find out the facts. Thank you so much. If you have any question, you can ask to me, or any problem you have faced with my language, you can tell me. I will try to do my best in next class. Am I audible?
Yeah, you are very audible, and I was able to get you clear without any difficulties. So your English is fine.
Thank you so much. Anyone else?
Yes, so you were able to articulate all the issues well, and you are able to unpack each and every section of the presentation. So it was quite understandable. Thank you so
Thank
much.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. So now I'm stop sharing my slide and ending my class for today. See you in the next class. Bye bye. Take care.
Bye.
See
Thank
you.
you.
Bye.